Subscribe to our channel and press the bell.
Hello and welcome to Daily Prelims Practice, where we take up the questions from the Hindu and the Indian Express and curate them as per the demands of Civil Service Prelims examination. The topic of the discussion are listed on your screen. So let us now begin our discussion. The first article that has featured in the Hindu talks about the insolvency and the bankruptcy code. Now, insolvency and bankruptcy code was introduced in 2016. UPSC in the previous year under the economic section has already asked questions related to the banking and various regulatory measures. And such a question was also seen in the year 2019 where UPSC asked about intercreditor agreement that was signed between Indian banks and financial institutions. Moving on to the practice question, it says, with reference to the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code IBC, consider the following statements. Now the first statement is, the resolution process for both the companies and the individuals is adjudicated by National Companies Law Tribunal. Now this statement is wrong, as the proceedings of resolution process would be adjudicated by the National Companies Law Tribunal for companies and by the Debt Recovery Tribunal in the case of individuals. The second statement says, unlike the SARFAESI Act, the IBC is applicable to both financial as well as operational creditors. Now this statement is correct. The third statement says the resolution plan must be approved by the Committee of Creditors by at least 75% of the votes. We need to go a little deep to understand this statement. This statement is also wrong. During the insolvency resolution process, a committee consisting of lenders would be constituted for taking the decision by voting on the resolution process. This committee may either decide to restructure the debtor's debt by preparing a resolution plan or may decide to liquidate the debtor's assets. And such a decision has to be approved by at least 66%. That is not 75%, but the 66% of the votes in the Committee of Creditors should determine the approval. The question further says which of the statement given above is or are correct, and the correct code for the question will be option B, that is 2 only. Moving on to the next article, it talks about the Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme, for which Center recently has increased the limit up to 1500 crore for the aviation sector. Now UPSC in the previous years has also asked questions related to various schemes that have been launched, and such a question was also seen in the year 2016 where a question on Stand Up India scheme was asked. Moving on to the practice question, it says, with respect to Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme, consider the following statements. The first statement here is, this scheme seeks to extend collateral-free credit to the enterprises which have defaulted on the loan repayments in order to improve their financial position. Now this statement is wrong, as under the part of Atmanirbhar Bharat, the government had announced Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme. Now under the schemes, banks and NBFCs were to extend collateral-free loans to MSMEs, business enterprises, individual loans for business purposes, and for also Mudra borrowers. However, these loans were only applicable on the standard loans, that is the MSMEs or the organizations who have not defaulted on their repayment of loans and their accounts are categorized as standard assets by the banks, meaning thereby they have not defaulted on their payment obligation. The second statement here says the scheme is presently implemented by National Credit Guarantee Trustee Company Limited, which function under the Ministry of Finance. Now this statement is correct, as 100% credit guarantee cover to banks and NBFCs on principal and interest is provided, and this guarantee is provided by National Credit Guarantee Trustee Company Limited, which functions under the Ministry of Finance. So the correct code to the given question will be option B, that is 2 only. Moving to the next set of article which has appeared in the Indian Express and basically talks about the parliamentary committees. Now UPSC under the polity section has consistently been asking questions related to the Indian Parliament, and a question related to parliamentary committee was seen in the year 2013. So this area becomes important for us. The practice question says, consider the following statements regarding parliamentary committees. The first statement here is, they have their origin in the British Parliament and draw authority from the Constitution. Now this statement is correct,
As parliamentary committees of the modern day have their origins in the British Parliament, the Public Count Committee was first set up in 1921 under the provisions of the Government of India Act 1990. Moving on to the second statement, it says the Constitution mentions specific provisions regarding their composition, tenure, functions, etc. Now this statement is wrong, as the Constitution of India though makes a mention about committees at different places, but it does not have any specific provisions regarding their composition, tenure, functions, etc. And all these matters are dealt with by the rules of the two houses. So statement 2 is wrong. The third statement says the discretion to refer a matter to committee lies with the president. Now this statement is again wrong, as the discretion to refer a matter to committee lies with the presiding officer, and such a decision is reached after discussion with the Council of Ministers. The fourth statement says an invitation to appear before a parliamentary committee is equivalent to summons from a court. Now this statement is correct, as these committee can summon anyone on its attendance to seek further clarity on any topic, and these invitations are equivalent to the summons from a court. The question says choose the correct code, and the correct code for the given question will be option D, that is 1 and 4 are correct. Moving on to the next article that has featured in the Indian Express, it basically talks about the group that is OPEC Plus, as it has agreed to the deep cuts to the oil output despite of the US pressure. Now UPSC in the previous year has also asked questions related to major international groupings, and such a question was also seen in the year 2018 related to nuclear suppliers group. So international groupings becomes important for us. Further, we need to dwell a little deeper in this international grouping, as the trend of UPSC is now changing and they are growing a bit deeper into these organizations. The practice question says, consider the following statement regarding OPEC Plus. The first statement here is, OPEC Plus countries are an alliance between the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, that is OPEC, and other major oil producers. Now this statement is correct, as OPEC Plus is a group of 23 oil producing countries, which includes 13 members of the OPEC and 10 other oil producing countries like Russia, Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Brunei, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Mexico, Oman, South Sudan and Sudan. The second statement says OPEC Plus countries control more than 50% of world's crude supplies. Now this statement is again correct. Moving on to the third statement, it says Saudi Arabia is the largest oil producer among the OPEC Plus members. Now this statement is wrong. Saudi Arabia is the largest oil producer among the OPEC members, but not the OPEC Plus members. Here Russia produces more oil than even the Saudi Arabia and plays a crucial role along with the OPEC in influencing the global crude oil prices. Question says choose the correct code, and the correct code will be option C, that is statement 1 and 2 are correct only. Moving on to the next article that has featured in the Indian Express, it basically talks about the Nobel Prize in the chemistry. Now UPSC may not directly ask about the Nobel Prizes, but in the previous year UPSC has taken cue from the Nobel Prizes and asked questions related to it, as it was seen in the year 2019 when question related to gravitational waves was asked. So this area becomes important for us. The practice question says, consider the following statements regarding click chemistry. Click chemistry is a class of biocompatible small molecule reactions that are commonly used in bioconjugation. Now this statement is correct, as it is used for bioconjugation, allowing the joining of substrate of choice with specific biomolecule, meaning thereby in many applications, click reactions join a biomolecule and a reporter molecule. And thus their scope is not limited to only biological conditions, but can also be used in chemoproteomic, pharmacological, and various biomimetic applications. The second statement says the term bioorthogonal chemistry refers to any chemical reaction that can occur inside of living system without interfering with the native biochemical processes. Now this statement is also correct, as since the inception of bioorthogonal reaction, it has enabled the study of biomolecules such as glycans, proteins and lipids in the real time in living system without causing cellular toxicity. The third statement says the field of click chemistry and bioorthogonal chemistry has been harnessed to improve the targeting of cancer pharmaceuticals now being tested in the clinical trial. Now this highlights a particular place where click chemistry can be used. This statement is also correct, as the field of click chemistry and bioorthogonal chemistry has been harnessed to improve the targeting of not only cancer pharmaceuticals but also a host of health, agricultural and industrial applications also. So the correct code for the question will be option D, that is all the statements 1, 2 and 3 are correct. Moving to the next article that has featured in the Indian Express and basically talks about the global oil prices and the Russian crude supply. Now UPSC in the past has also asked questions related to this, as it was seen in the year 2020, where the UPSC has asked about West Texas Intermediate. Now the practice question says, consider the following pairs, crude oil and the region associated with them. The first one is WTI, that is West Texas Intermediate, and the region of OPEC. Now this pair is wrongly matched, as West Texas Intermediate is sourced from US oil fields primarily in Texas, Louisiana and North Dakota, and is a benchmark for US oil prices. The second pair is Brent of OPEC. Now this pair is correct, as Brent crude oil originates from the oil fields in the North Sea near Norway and is the international benchmark price used by the OPEC countries. The third pair given here is that of Fateh. From Dubai. This pair is also correct, as Fateh is another name for Dubai crude oil, as the oil is primarily sourced from Dubai and is of the few oil which are readily available in the Persian Gulf. Further, a thing to understand here is India uses Brent crude as the benchmark because cost of shipping for Brent crude is typically lower since it is produced near the sea and it can be put on ships immediately, while that of shipping of WTI, that is the West Texas Intermediate, is more costly when compared to the Brent crude. The question says choose the correct code, and the correct code for the question will be option B, that is only 2 pairs are correct. Moving on to the next article that has featured in the Indian Express and basically talks about the population control. Now UPSC can very well ask a question related to it in future, and the practice question regarding the same says, consider the following statement with reference to total fertility rate. The first statement is TFR, that is the total fertility rate, is the average number of children a woman would have at a current pattern of fertility during her lifetime. Now this statement is correct. And in addition to this, the UN Population Division says that TFR of about 2.1 children per woman is called the replacement level fertility. A TFR which is lower than 2.1 children per woman indicates that the generation is not producing enough children to replace itself, leading to outright reduction in the population. The second statement says that the current pattern of TFR reflects that India is short of achieving a replacement level fertility. Now this statement is wrong, as TFR of India in 1950 was as high as 6, and as per the latest National Family Health Survey data of 2019, it suggests that TFR in India has declined to 2 at all India level, and thus India's TFR is falling below the replacement rate. The third statement says in India there exists a relative gap between the TFR among women in rural and urban areas. Now this statement is correct, as TFR in urban areas is only 1.6 while that in rural area is close to 2.1. Another point of information that we can get here is that there are only now 5 states left that have TFR above 2.1, and these states are Bihar, Meghalaya, Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand and Manipur. The question further says which of the statement given above is or are correct, and the correct code to the question will be option C, that is 1 and 3 only. Now the last article that has featured in the Indian Express talks about the graded response action plan. A practice question can be made from this section also under the environment section. The practice question says, consider the following statements regarding graded response action plan. The first statement here is, the plan includes action by various state governments to be taken throughout the year to tackle industrial, vehicular and combustion emission. Now this statement is wrong, as the plan does not include actions by various state government to be taken throughout the year to tackle industrial, vehicular and combustion emission. It is when the air quality shifts from poor to very poor, the measures listed under the action plan have to be followed, and the plan is also incremental in nature. The second statement says if air quality reaches the severe plus stage category, GRAP talks about shutting down schools and implementing the odd even road scheme and space rationing scheme. Now this statement is correct, as provided under the GRAP. If the air quality reaches severe plus stage, it talks about shutting down of schools and implementation of odd even scheme. Question further says which of the following statement given above is or are correct, and the correct code for the answer will be option B, that is 2 only.
So these were the questions for the day. Stay tuned for more such updates.